Hello everybody, welcome back. Just have a quick look at Bitcoin as we are falling more, and the fear is, well, when we checked this morning, the fear ingredient index was like 10, so I can only imagine it's probably still 10, to be honest with you. But it's going to go down, I imagine, a little further. Look, at the end of the day, I'm still pretty optimistic about this. And you know me, I'm not even a moon boy. I'm not even a moon boy. Let's start from the daily. We'll work our way back. There's a little bit of hopium across a few time frames. First of all, the daily. Here we are, testing the 40. It's roughly 40,000, but we'll call it anywhere between 39,500 or just above to about 41,000. This area can just be, like tapped away at basically, and we'll be looking for a reaction just around there as a matter of default, because this trend line goes all the way back to the actual peak. I know this is the actual peak, but this is the parabolic peak. So it was a big area basically, and it was retested here as a peak. So it was a very strong resistance. It was flipped to support before the last leg up. So yeah, historically, over the last 12 months. It's got some major relevance to the supports and the resistances. So this kind of area between, like I say, 39,500 to about 41,000. Pretty strong area of support. So that in itself is hopium. Secondly, we've got, it'll make more sense if we have a look on the 4 hourly. So on the 4 hourly, we've got a nice, it depends how you choose to interpret it, but it's a falling channel, right? So falling channels often do break to the up. It's better than a rising channel, which ends up dropping off. So this would be looking for at least a retest of this bottom level, which is also the 4 hourly Bollinger Band, which is basically $40,000 flat. So this bottom level of support plus the Bollinger Band plus the flat figure of 40,000, pretty strong level. And even in the weakest scenario, we'll be looking for a bounce at this level to just come up and test the top of the range. So between 42 to maybe 44 at best. We'll see how long it takes for that to happen. So again, hopium implied on this downwards channel, right, the descending channel. Let's bring it down a little further. In fact, let me just double check this. I've not looked at this in the last few hours. So yeah, we've got bullish divergence as well on the 4 hourly RSI. So that's also hopium as well. So we are looking for bounces. So we'll go down to a 1 hourly chart. So again, 1 hourly chart. It's nothing particularly strong about it. It's still in a downtrend. So all the other things that we've mentioned is still implied. But if we have a look over here, what we see is we do have again bullish divergence forming on the hourly, and also on the money flow index, and on the on the MACD. So all of that again implies a bounce waiting to happen, like literally waiting to happen. Again, this is not going to be, we can't say it won't be, but we don't expect it to be the bounce which carries us all the way up to an all-time high. But we are looking for at least a low to be put in the short term. That could carry on further, but at least in the short term, a bounce to take place. There's lots of signals brewing to suggest that is likely to be the case. You go on Twitter at the moment, you go on Twitter over the last few weeks, in all fairness, and it's bear market this, bear market that, told you this, told you that, told, I called it, been telling you for a long time, blah, 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 blah. Everybody's blowing their own trumpets, really, and failing to, I suppose, just literally try and do the TA on this. Not try and catch the absolute bottoms, although my order was just basically filled. I was saying yesterday and today I had a buy order in at 40,600. Yesterday it was literally front run by like $10, but it's now just been filled. So I've just topped up with some Bitcoin. I've got some more in there. So I'm willing to try and catch these knives at appropriate levels. And again, I'm not trying to spread any kind of bullish hopium generally. I'm playing this market to the best of my ability, and that was my buy order, first one in a while. In fact, that's the first one since the drop. This drop, I didn't actually buy any around here. I was waiting for this area to be retested. We got it now, so I've got my buy order in there. So that's the first bit that I've bought back since, obviously limiting some exposure before this. Again, if you go on my Twitter, you'll see me saying, I called it, which I did. I called this. I didn't say it was definitely going to happen. Just like I'm saying that this isn't definitely going to happen. But the idea is you try and play the chart the best you can. And obviously, if you get it right, then you can tell everybody all about it, really, I suppose. But it's yeah. So there we go. Sorry, I'm a bit croaky. The old virus is getting to me at the minute. I'm not actually sick, so don't worry. It's just a few coughs and stuff. So we got bullish divergence on the hourly. I imagine we probably got it on the 2 hourly. We do. We got it on the 4 hourly. We've got major supports being tested, across the general board, really, that 40,000-ish area, and we're in a descending channel. So everything to me is screaming for at least a bounce to the top of this range, and this depends on how long it would take for us to get there. Obviously, it's descending, so we could be talking 42,500 to maybe even 44 or something if it happens really quickly. And again, this is a channel which, once broken, is technically a breakout. This is more bullish than all these triangles that you see people drawing all the time. This is more of a bullish formation. This would likely get a better response to breaking out of one of these than you would see in any of these triangles that people like to draw. So overall, there is a low forming, at least temporary, and looking for a relief rally at best, even if we were to stay within this channel. It's not, the absolute amazing, call for the moon or anything like that, but it is, it's something to hold on to, all right? So you've got bullish divergences across most time frames, leading all the way up to a daily, which we don't have it on a daily, I believe. No, we don't. But the RSI is going into an oversold zone, and I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I know people like to say, RSI is oversold, man. It's got to go up. No, the RSI being oversold is nice to see, because you will likely get divergence after that, because there's only so far it can go. I mean, it will go down further and further. If we can print an oversold RSI, we will likely form bullish divergence out of that over time, literally over a few weeks, and that again is likely to be bullish. But just being oversold in itself isn't anything to go, yeah, this is great. We've seen oversold RSIs before. Like this is the last time we saw an oversold RSI, and it didn't really have a response, did it? It didn't. We still went into a downtrend, but what we got was bullish divergence out of that, which led to this rally. So these are the sort of things that we look for. And again, we try and keep our emotions out of this. This is why I have buy orders and sell orders, because in my rational state of mind, I think about this in advance, and I just put what I think is most likely to work out, whether it's a buy or a sell. And that's the nature of it. I try and keep a rational mind all the time anyway. In fact, I'm pretty rational, to be honest. Maybe I'm on the spectrum. I have literally no emotion when it comes to charts. Why would you? I mean, it's just lines and do you know what I mean? If you're going to decide to move into crypto, I suppose you've got to have that kind of view. Because if you are emotionally attached to any aspect of this, then you'll only do yourself in over time. You'll burn out. Right, I'm going to leave it with you there, because I've got the live stream in 15 minutes, so just go make myself a cup of coffee before I begin. If you're interested in joining these live streams, by the way, there's a Patreon channel. It's £7.50 a month. You get 2 live streams a week. Sometimes I can't make it because I've got kids, especially at the moment with everybody in my house having COVID and stuff. Oh, I've said the word now. I'm probably going to get banned off YouTube. But yeah. Occasionally I miss these live streams, but generally it's £7.50. It's not an enormous amount of money. It's if you want to join these live streams, you look at lots of different altcoins usually. Now I've got a few of them lined up at the moment from the requests that have already come in. But yeah, it's up to you. And I think as we approach what I consider to be potential bottoms for Bitcoin often represents the bottom of the overall market. And as altcoins are getting completely thrashed, some of them anyway, most of them are getting completely thrashed. Interesting to recognise that ICP is still holding up pretty well. In fact, it's gaining consistently over Bitcoin versus its sats. It doesn't mean it'll carry on this way, but for the moment it's pretty good, because again, this is one of the biggest buys I made over the last month or two. So I'm very happy with that. But yeah, we look at all these different altcoins and many more twice a week. So if you're interested in that, join the Patreon. Otherwise, you can just join the Telegram chat. It's all free. Lots of scammers in there at the moment, though. So just don't fall for these people trying to say the next best thing is within this link. But I suppose in downtrends, I noticed this. In fact, it's so common. The scammers come out in downtrends. In uptrends, not so much. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.